Hey guys, this is Mr. Grice for Algebra 2, Unit 5, 9.3, and Linear Programming Review. Okay, now we've already gone through this first page, okay? So if you have trouble with that, go watch the QR code that's probably right there, okay? We are going to jump to the second page, solving the following systems. Okay, this is the 3 by 3. Don't freak out, okay? We're going to do this step by step by step, working together. And then if you want to try number 8, do pause parts of the video and do more on your own, please do so. Okay, so step number 1 is we are going to look at the first two equations. Okay, I can't remember if you guys called them A and B or 1, 2, 3, but just know those are the first ones we're going to look at. All right, so we have x minus 2y minus 7z equals 3. So the first thing I'm going to stress is make sure you copy the equation down correctly. All right, you don't want to make a mistake because of a simple error. So what I want to do is I want to cancel my x's. I'm going to multiply the top equation by -1 because that's the easiest thing to do. All right, so multiply the first one, so we get -x. A negative times a negative makes that a positive 2y. A negative times a negative makes that a positive z. And then a negative times a positive makes that a -3. Okay, now I didn't do anything to the bottom equation, so that is 100% the same. And there we go. Just like I wanted, the x's cancel out. And now we add everything. So 2y plus y gives us 3y. Z plus 2z gives us 3z. And -3 plus 9 gives us 6. Okay, and this is our new equation. Okay, this is very important. I'm going to make sure it stays right there and it stands out on my page. Okay, so I did the top equation and the middle equation. Now I'm going to use the middle equation and the bottom equation. So once again, my first step, I'm going to just rewrite them 100% exactly like they are, and I'm not changing anything. Then we have 2x plus 3y plus z equals 0. Okay? Once again, I want to cancel the x's. So if I'm going to cancel the x's, what do I multiply the top equation by? Yeah, you should be multiplying it by -2. Okay? So we get -2x minus 2y. 2 times -2 gives us -4z. And make sure you multiply to every term. -2 times 9 gives us -18. Okay, and the bottom equation stays the same. 2x plus 3y plus z equals 0. Okay, and hey, look, just like we wanted to, my x's cancel out. What are we left with? Well, -2y plus 3y gives us y. -4 plus 1, that is a -3z. And then -18 plus 0 is -18. Okay? So once again, we got the x's to cancel. And there is my new equation. Okay? So now that I've got those two equations right there, I'm going to combine them together. Okay? So we have the 3y plus 3z equals 6, and the y minus 3z equals negative 18. Okay? Now, I want to cancel the y's. Okay? I know some of you might be like, well, Mr. Grice, we can cancel the z's. Cool, go ahead, do that if you know how to. All right? But we are going to cancel the y's out. So if I want to cancel the y's, I need to multiply the bottom equation this time by negative 3. Okay? So as I multiply everything out, I get negative 3y. A negative times a negative makes that a positive 9z. And here we go, we get to use that calculator. I haven't used it in a while. A negative times a negative is a positive, so I'm not going to worry about that. But 3 times 18 gives us 54. Okay, and that top equation stayed the same. So there we go. Now, just like I wanted to, my y's cancel. 3 plus 9 gives us 12z equaling 6 plus 54 is 60. And then to get the z all by itself, I'm going to divide by 12. And we get that z equals 5. Sweet. Good. But we're not done. Okay? Now that I know what z is, I'm going to work backwards. I'm going to come back and plug it in so then I can figure out what y is. Okay? So I'm going to use this equation right here because y is already by itself. So down here we have y minus 3 equals negative 18, and we said that z equals 5. 3 times 5 gives us, gives us 15 equals negative 18. And then to solve for y, I'm going to add 15 to both sides. And now I get that y equals negative 3. Awesome, we are almost done. I know what z is, I know what y is, and now I just need to go back and find out what x is. So I'm coming back to one of these original equations. It doesn't matter which one you use. I'm going to use the one with the least amount of negatives. Okay? So we have x plus y plus 2 times z equals 9. So y is negative 3 and z is 5. So we have x minus 3. 2 times 5 is 10 equals 9. Negative 3 plus 10 gives us a positive 7. And when I subtract that 7 to both sides, we get that x equals, x equals 2. So then our final answer for that is x equals 2. And now I know what x, y, and z are. I did all of the super hard work. Let's just make sure we put our answers in order. Remember, it goes x, y, z. So x was 2, y was negative 3, and z was 5. Okay, good job. Ready to do it again? I am. So what I'm going to do first is I'm just going to write the x minus 2y plus 3z equals negative 7. The 4x plus 5y plus z equals 4. And I want you guys to try to eliminate the x's, okay? So go ahead and do that on your own. Pause the video and good luck. What are you multiplying by? Good, it should be a -4. Okay, so you should have got -4x plus 8y minus 12z equals 28. And then just like we wanted to, yeah, the x's cancel. And then we get 13y minus 11z equals 32. Okay, so that's our first equation. And yeah, we have to do it again. Okay, so now we're doing it with those two. So I'm just going to rewrite them again. We have 4x plus 5y plus z equals 4. And then we have -x plus y minus 2z equals 5. So if I want to cancel the x's again, because we need to cancel the same variable for both of them, I'm going to multiply the bottom now by 4. Okay? So what I want you guys to do is make sure to distribute to all of these. And I want to see if you can tell me what that equation is at the bottom. Okay? So pause the video and good luck. Okay, so as I multiplied, we got -4x plus 4y minus 8z equals 20. Our x's canceled out, and then 5y plus 4y gives us 9y. 1z minus 8z gives us -7, and then 4 plus 20 gives us 24. Okay, so now we write those two equations. We get the 3y minus 11z equals 32. And 9y minus 7z equals 24. Okay, so what I want to cancel again is we're going to cancel our y's. Now, if you cannot think of a number that goes into both 13 and 19, a multiple, kind of like how we up here, where was it, where we were doing the multiples of 6 and 9? Oh, number 5. Okay. A fast way to do that is I can multiply the bottom by 13 and the top by 9. I just kind of stole those numbers, okay? And that's perfectly fine to do. The only thing is I need one of them to be negative. It doesn't matter which one you pick. Let's just do the top one, okay? So this is once again where it's nice to have this little calculator. 9, oh, that's not 9. 9 times 13, we get 117, and it's going to be a -117. Y. I can do this in my head. -9 times 11, that gives me 99z. A negative times a positive, this is going to be a negative, and then 9 times 32 is 288. Okay, let's do this same thing. 13 times 9, oh, we just did that, so I don't need to worry about that. 13 times 9 is 117y. 13 times 7, I don't know that off the top of my head. 13 times 7, we get 91. And then 13 times 24. And that's 312. Okay, just like I wanted to, our y's right there, they cancel. 99 minus 91 is 8z. And then we've got -288 plus 312. That's pretty much 312 minus 288. And we get 24. Oh my gosh, that looks simple. How do we get the z by itself? Yeah, divide by 8. And when we divide by 8, we get that z equals 3. Woohoo! There's our first one. 2 more to go. Okay? Remember, it doesn't matter which one you pick when we start going backwards. Okay? I'm going to pick the one that looks like it has the smaller numbers, so I'm going to do the bottom equation right there. So we have 9y minus 7 times z equals 24. And I'm going to plug in 3. Okay? So why don't you guys pause the video and tell me what y is. Good luck. Okay, so when you did this, 7 times 3 is 21. You add 21 to both sides to get 45, and dividing by 9, we get y equals 5. All right, last one. We know what z, we know what y is, so now we have to go back to one of these original equations to plug in. I'm thinking that one's going to be the easiest. Okay, so you can pick whichever one you want to. That's the one that I'm going to show my work for. So that's the x minus 2 times y plus 3 times z equals -7. Remember, you need to be very careful that you are using the same signs. Okay? So why don't you guys go ahead and tell me what x is. Pause the video and good luck. Okay, so -2 times 5 is -10, 3 times 3 is 9, -10 plus 9 gives us -1. I add 1 to both sides, and then we get that x equals -6. All right, so I can come back here for my final answer. I have -6 for x, 5 for y, and 3 for z. Just remember that it goes x, y, and z. Okay, guys, well, that's it for page number 2 of the Algebra 2 Unit 5 9.3 Linear Programming Review. If you have any questions, please come find Ms. Carranza or myself. Otherwise, this is Mr. Grice signing off. Thanks for watching.